Let's go! Yeah! Yeah! We back! We back! New York, we here! Yeah!
Let's go! What's good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and the New York Knicks take care of business in Game 2 of Round 1 of the NBA playoffs against the Atlanta Hawks, and we finally take care of business in the playoffs. It's been a crazy couple of hours for me, for all you guys watching. Wow, what a game from the New York Knicks. The first half was absolutely terrible to watch. A lot of people, including myself, a lot of Knicks fans were losing faith. Julius Randle was struggling, and then the second half, we come out exploding. Derrick Rose starts the second half, and we come back. Reggie Bullock hits clutch shot after clutch shot. Obi Toppin had phenomenal minutes. Julius Randle woke up in the second half. Alec Burks, Taj Gibson, RJ Barrett did his thing. Man, what a huge victory for the New York Knicks. This was a must win. This felt like Game 7, because if we lost tonight, we would have went down 0-2 going to Atlanta, and that would have been an absolute nightmare. But now the series is tied 1-1, and I'm super excited to dive into this recap video. If you guys are not subscribed to Knicks Media, make sure you do so. And if you guys want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, you guys know where to find me at NYKnicks_media. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's jump right into the recap video. So let's start off with the first quarter. It was literally the same exact first quarter from Game 1. It was abysmal. We started off hot in the first couple of minutes. RJ Barrett had an and one, and then he had a three-pointer, and then Elfrid got fouled and hit one of two free throws, and we were up 7-3. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be a different game. And then the Hawks went on a run, and then they go up by like 11 points in the first quarter. And you're just scratching your head. You're like, where's the offense? Where are we? We don't have any continuity. We had to sub out Elfrid Payton and bring in Derrick Rose. We still were not hitting any shots. Randle was struggling in the first half. It was really scary because I tweeted out multiple times, we're not winning this series without Julius Randle performing the way he did all throughout the regular season. It's that simple. And the first quarter and the first half in general, Julius Randle looked like a completely different player. He had no confidence in himself. He looked like the moment was too big for him, and it was just really concerning because he's the head snake. He's the guy that we need to just, go around. He's the engine. He is the guy that everybody around the Knicks team looks at and thinks that he's the leader, and he needs to provide that immediate impact as a veteran and the all-star, the most improved player. And he was struggling throwing up air balls, and you just got to give the Hawks a lot of credit defensively because they came out with a very good game plan against Randle. They were shadowing him with Capella, and obviously Randle was not comfortable. Every time he got the ball, he was thinking too much. He wasn't playing his game. But luckily, in the second half, he played really good, and we're going to get into that later. But let's stick to the first quarter. The first quarter was all about Trae Young just destroying us. I mean, the entire first half, Trae Young finished with 20 points, and then we contained him in the second half. But everybody kept hitting threes after threes on the Hawks, going into the lane. It was so frustrating to watch. The offense was abysmal, and you're just worried. You're like, what's happening? Like, where are the Knicks that we've been watching all season long from the regular season, that we've been loving, that has won 16 of the last 20 games? Where are they? Well, they showed up in the second half, that's for sure. We did not really have that sense of urgency and in the first half, but luckily we woke up in the second half. And then the second quarter came around, and we continued to struggle. We let the Atlanta Hawks go up by way over double digits. I think 14 points. We were down by at halftime, somewhere around there, and it was just really frustrating. And everybody at halftime was freaking out. I was watching the game with my friends, and we're looking at each other. We're like, how the hell are we going to win this game with Randle having 0 field goals and the entire offense not doing anything? Derrick Rose was carrying us the entire first half offensively. Nobody else really had anything going. RJ hit a couple of shots, and then he started missing his shots. Obi Toppin, we're going to get into Obi Toppin because that man getting the chance from the Garden, Obi, you love to see that. But overall, the first half was something you want to throw in the trash, and you got to give the Knicks credit. They went into halftime. Whoever made the speech, whether it was Thibodeau or maybe it was a player that stepped up and told them, listen, we need to make this adjustments on defense, this adjustment on offense, and that's exactly what we did. Thibodeau made the move to bring in Derrick Rose to start the second half, and that is what, propelled us in that second half. You really have to tip your cap. Everybody was assuming, we were hopeful that Elfrid was not going to start this game. He got the start. He played the first 5 minutes of the game. He did not play for the rest of the game. And then you see what happens with Derrick Rose starts in the second half, we immediately get that comeback coming. And that's something that we need to realize. There's no way they're going to give Elfrid Payton the starting job in Atlanta in Game 3. I don't see it happening. But, man, that second half was something special to watch. It started off with a Randle three-pointer, and that was his first field goal of the game. And you're like, yes, Julius Randle, all you need to do is play your normal self and we'll win the game. I know it sounds that simple, but I really believe where if Julius Randle can start getting his stuff together and play all 48 minutes for the rest of the series, we're going to be in a very good scenario on winning this series. I really genuinely feel that way. And then RJ Barrett had a 3. Derrick Rose had a 3. We hit 3 straight three-pointers in the third quarter, and then the Hawks kept hitting threes though. Herder, Trae Young, everybody was just nailing their shots, so it was hard to really get that momentum. And then insert the bench. Obi Toppin, holy crap. You got to give this guy credit because all throughout the season, a lot of Knicks fans were starting to give up on him. Not every single Knicks fan. I definitely never did. If you guys go back to all my videos, whenever Obi would struggle, I would always say be patient with him. He needs to find his rhythm. He needs to find his confidence. He needs somebody to really, instill that desire to drive to the rim. And that's what we're seeing, guys. Obi Toppin has next level confidence. I don't understand because usually as a rookie, if you struggle all year and then you go into the playoffs with 15,000+ people cheering you on, the pressure is on, you usually crumble, but not Obi. When the ball is in Obi's hands, he wants to go annihilate someone. And I've been waiting so long for Obi Toppin to just drive to the rim aggressively multiple times, draw the foul, but he will dunk on somebody if he keeps trying that, finish through contact. He hit a three-pointer, he had an awesome alley-oop, he's playing solid defense, crashing the boards. Obi Toppin deserves so much credit in this game. There was to a point where he was getting a lot of minutes. How many minutes did he finish with, actually? Obi Toppin finished with 11 minutes. I mean, that's not a lot. That's basically what he averaged throughout the season. But, man, you got to give Obi credit for a rookie to have that much confidence. He finished with 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 from 2 from downtown, and a block shot. And 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Obi Toppin, you got to give the credit, man. But hey, let's get right into the individual performances. Derrick Rose. He literally carried this entire team from start to finish. The one thing that concerned me is his minutes. The game started with Elfrid Payton, first 4 minutes, and then he got yanked. Derrick Rose literally played the rest of the game. I think he had a couple minutes of rest in the beginning of the fourth quarter, but he played when he entered the game in the first, all for the rest of the first quarter, the entire second quarter, the entire third quarter. I was getting a little worried. I love Derrick Rose on the court. I want him on the court as much as possible, but I was just getting a little okay, we need to get him some type of rest because I want to make sure Derrick Rose is okay. But man, he is an orchestrator. He is the guy that is going to, and I had so much confidence going into this game, guys. I don't know if you watched my preview video, but I really did. I don't know why. Obviously, I was nervous going into it, but I had a feeling we were going to win simply because of this man right here, Derrick Rose. I think he was not going to allow this New York Knicks team to go down 0-2. He has a lot of experience. He knows what it takes to win basketball games, and he turned it up to another level. He was driving to the rim. He was getting his teammates involved. He didn't shoot extremely efficiently, but he did everything he needed in order to get the W. He's playing solid defense, getting his teammates involved, hitting his jump shots. It was just amazing to watch Derrick Rose take over the entire game, being the orchestrator, being the floor general, being the leader on and off the court. Derrick Rose, you cannot say enough about him. It's awesome to see him play this great basketball. You heard what he said this morning about the whole Trae Young scenario, saying it's going to be a different situation tonight, and he was correct. Trae Young went off on us in the first half, but then we locked him up in the second half. I don't know what his numbers look like. I'm looking at it right now. Okay, so Trae Young had 20 at half, and he finished the second half with 10 points, so we had 30 bomb. I'm okay with that. If we can contain Trae Young to 10 points in the second half, sign me up. Most of those shots were mostly free throw shots. So the defense, we're going to get into the defense at the end of the video before we go over each individual player. But wow, what a performance from Derrick Rose. Now let's go into Julius Randle, because this is a guy that, like I mentioned earlier, struggled like crazy in the first half. Played exactly like he did in game 1. Completely rattled. The moment was too big for him. Airballing shots. Couldn't get it rhythm. Turning the ball over. But the second half comes around. He scores, I think, 13 points. And he had 5 of 10 from the field. So Julius Randle, he turned it up a notch. You saw the confidence. He was driving to the rim. He was hitting his jump shots. And he was finding his teammates. He had Reggie Bullock open for 3. I'm excited to break down Reggie after Julius Randle. But Julius Randle, I tweeted it out. All we need is Julius Randle to get his rhythm and we will win the game. I know I keep saying that and it sounds that easy, but I genuinely have confidence in this team where Randle plays the way he has all season, and he's going to put this team in a scenario to win the game in the end, and that's exactly what happened. Now let's get into Reggie Bullock, because I've said over and over again all year long and in my recap videos that he is the unsung hero of this Knicks team throughout the regular season. There's a lot of unsung heroes. There's no wrong answer to who your pick was, but mine was Reggie Bullock, and I said in my preview video to the entire series that Reggie is an X factor, because if he can hit his shots and play defense, it's going to help this team out tremendously. Game 1, 0 for 5 from downtown, did not have any impact on the Knicks whatsoever. We lost the game. Tonight, he steps up, fourth quarter, 3-pointers, back to back to back. He finished with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and a dime, 5 of 8 from the field, 4 of 7 from downtown. That is tremendous. He also finished with a plus-minus of a +13. So Reggie Bullock, he's the unsung hero tonight, in my opinion. He's somebody that he was hitting clutch shot after clutch shot, and that's something that we need from a guy like Reggie Bullock, who is a stereotypical 3-and-D wing, because when he's hot from downtown and we can find him in that catch-and-shoot opportunities, it is going to be elite, and hopefully he can keep this up. He kind of filled in for Alec Burks in a way in the clutch, because Alec Burks kind of struggled tonight, even though he did hit a couple shots late in the game. But kudos to Reggie Bullock, the unsung hero in my books. Wow. Thank you, Reggie Bullock. Now let's get into RJ Barrett. RJ started off the game hot. He had an and one and then a 3-pointer, and then he kind of cooled off. He finished with 13 points, 8 rebounds, 2 dimes, 5 of 14 from the field, 1 steal, and he finished 2 of 5 from downtown. So RJ Barrett, it's interesting because he only had 25 minutes of action tonight. He never really got a lot of minutes late in the game, because Thibodeau, he's going to maneuver the adjustment of the rotation based on who's playing well, which players are playing together, more cohesively, who has the best continuity, the best ball movement on offense and defense. And obviously he felt like Reggie Bullock deserved more minutes, Alec Burks, and guys ahead of RJ Barrett. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? So RJ, I'm expecting him to have better impact in game 3 and 4 in Atlanta. I love what I'm seeing from RJ defensively as well. I feel like he's doing a great job, and he's crashing the rebounds. Even though his shots are not falling, and sometimes he's not really getting to his spots where he usually does, he's impacting the game elsewhere, and that's what you want from a 20-year-old. That's what you want from your number 2 option on the team, who is the youngest player on the New York Knicks. Now let's get into Nerlens Noel. Nerlens Noel, 2 points, 5 rebounds, and wow, he did not have a block shot or a steal tonight. That's insane, and we still won the game. But Nerlens Noel, he did his thing. He's coming off an injury, and he only played 16 minutes. But the big man who stepped up was Taj Gibson. This man is a dog. He represents New York City the right way. 30 minutes of action, 6 points, 7 boards, a block, and 3 steals for Taj Gibson. This is the gritty man that just bodies everybody down low. He was all over Clint Capella. He was locking down Trae Young in the paint to an extent, because last game we were just getting torched on the pick and roll. So Taj Gibson was another X factor of tonight's game, playing such great defense, crashing the rebounds, getting second chance opportunities, finishing in the paint, dunking on people. Taj Gibson, you got to tip your cap to him. And Emmanuel Quickly, he did not have the game that he had game 1. He only shot the ball 2 of 9 from the field, 4 points, and 3 rebounds. So that's really it for the individual performances. Now, I forgot about Alec Burks. He had 11 points, 8 boards, 4 of 13 from the field, 1 of 5 from downtown. So he did not have his efficient performance like he did. But hey, it's okay. We can't expect every single player to step up every night. We need other players to step up. And that was Reggie Bullock. And that was Derrick Rose. And that was Julius Randle in the second half. So you got to love what we see. Now let's get into the defense, because this is what won us the game. I tweeted it out, I think with 5 minutes left when we were up by 10. Let's win this game with defense. And right when I tweet that, we're up by 10, the Hawks go on a 10-0 run, and then they tie the game. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe we just let them get back in this game. But in the last 4 minutes of action, the Atlanta Hawks scored 1 point. That is tenacity. That is gritty New York City defense, and that's exactly what we needed to do to get this W. We've been known for our defense all throughout the season. First place in 3 defensive categories: opponent's field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and opponent's points scored, and we showed it on full display. The Hawks started to miss their shots. Bogdanovic got cold, Danilo Gallinari got cold, and everybody started missing their shots. And luckily, we got definitely lucky, because they were missing some open shots. But man, the defense really honed in. I feel like we had a very good game plan. And the first half, it didn't look like we did, because Trae Young was just lighting us up. But we were doubling Trae off screens. We were blitzing. We were doing everything we needed defensively, crashing smashing the rebounds, calming the game down, and winning the game with defense. And that should give us a lot of confidence because we know that this team, the identity is New York-style defense, the 90s Knicks, the Knicks that we've always loved. Whenever we're good, we are now known to be the defensive-minded squad, and we did not see that in Game 1. So it's awesome to see that we won this game with our defense. I really feel that way because no one really lit it up offensively besides Derrick Rose, and the defense really gritted us out at this W. And you got to tip your caps to Thibodeau making the adjustments, the entire coaching staff. But man, what a win. My voice is a little rattled. I'm sorry. This is a very long video. I had a lot on my mind to talk about this game. Please feel free to comment down below your thoughts about the Knicks getting the W and tying the series 1-1. This was phenomenal. I'm so excited that we actually got this W because definitely at halftime, I was a little worried, but going into the game, I had a lot of confidence, and we got the job done. Now, let's go get a win in Atlanta in Game 3, and we'll go from there. Guys, I appreciate all the support here in Knicks Media. It means the world to me. Let's go, Knicks. This is just the beginning. This is going to be a long series, so buckle up. We got a series, guys. It's going to be a war. Let's go, Knicks, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button if you guys enjoyed. Peace out. Let's go, Knicks. Peace.